Most men spend their entire lives chasing success, approval, and distractions, yet never stop to ask the one question that matters. Who am I, really? The greatest tragedy isn't failure or rejection. It's a man reaching the end of his life without ever truly knowing himself. Why do most men fight battles in the world, but avoid the greatest battle of all, the one within? We live in a world where men know their cars, their sports teams, even their bank accounts, but not their own soul. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Yet most men never dare to enter that retreat. Why most men never truly understand themselves? Here's a shocking truth most men will never hear. 90 of your decisions today were not made by you. They were made by your subconscious, programmed years ago without your permission. You think you're in control, but the truth is, most men live their entire lives on autopilot, following patterns they don't even recognize. And the worst part? These patterns decide how much respect you get, the quality of your relationships, and even your success, without you ever realizing it. You want freedom? You want confidence? Then it starts with understanding this. You can't control what you don't understand. And today, we're going to uncover the psychology secrets every man must know. Because if you don't learn them, someone else will use them against you. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn is the difference between living as a follower of society's script or becoming a man who writes his own story. Why men struggle in silence. Let's talk about something most men never admit out loud: the silent battles you fight every single day. You wake up with this unspoken pressure to be strong, to provide, to never show weakness. Society expects you to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, but God forbid you say, "I'm not okay." Because the moment you do, someone will call you soft, weak, or less of a man. So what do? You bury it. The stress, the loneliness, the fear of failure. You lock it away like it doesn't exist. But here's the truth. What you bury doesn't disappear, it controls you. Suppressed emotions become anger. Unspoken fears turn into anxiety. And one day, you look in the mirror and don't even recognize the man staring back at you. Have you ever wondered why so many men break under pressure, destroy relationships, or fall into addictions? It's not because they're weak, it's because they were never taught the psychology of their own mind. No one showed them how to master their emotions, build resilience, and live with inner peace. But that changes today. Because once you understand the truth about how your mind works, you'll never feel powerless again. What this video will unlock for you. Imagine living with a mind that no one can shake. Imagine walking into any room, calm, confident, unbothered by judgment. Imagine understanding why you think, feel, and react the way you do, while most men are still running on autopilot. That's what today's video will give you. These aren't just random psychology facts. These are battle-tested principles of the mind, used by leaders, warriors, and philosophers for thousands of years. The same principles Marcus Aurelius wrote about while leading an empire. The same truths modern psychology confirms today. If you master these, you'll stop being controlled by emotions, fear, and social pressure, and start living as the strongest version of yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know why most men sabotage their own confidence and how to fix it, how to turn rejection into power. The secret mental shift that makes you unshakable in a world full of noise. This isn't just about knowledge, it's about transformation. Stay with me, because what you learn today could change every relationship, every decision, every challenge in your life. A Stoic lesson from Marcus Aurelius: power over your mind. Picture this: Rome, nearly 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor, the philosopher king, sits in his tent during the dead of winter. Outside, chaos brews. The empire faces invasions, political betrayal, even plague. Any man would break under that weight. But Marcus writes something in his private journal, words never meant for the world to see. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that for a second. The most powerful man in the world, reminding himself that he controls nothing except his own mind. Fast forward to today. Men everywhere are losing battles they don't even know they're fighting. Not on the battlefield, but in their own heads. Anxiety, pressure, comparison, rejection. They destroy men because no one taught them this simple truth. Your mind is yours to command. Not the algorithm. Not society. Not anyone else's opinion. When Marcus wrote those words, he wasn't writing philosophy. He was writing survival. And for you? That same mindset is the foundation of everything we're about to uncover. Because the moment you take back control of your mind, you take back your life. The alpha myth. Why chasing status never brings peace. Everywhere you look today, men are told to be alpha. Dominate the room. Make more money. Get more respect. Outperform every other man in the race for status. Sounds powerful, right? But here's the dark truth. Chasing status is like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. Psychology has a term for this, the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much you achieve, your brain quickly resets the baseline. That new car feels amazing for 2 weeks. That big promotion, you celebrate for a day. And then, you're back to feeling like you're not enough. Why? Because dominance isn't about you. It's about others. It's comparison. It's validation. And the moment your worth depends on other people's approval, you've given away your power. You've made yourself a slave to their opinion. Marcus Aurelius warned us about this centuries ago. He wrote, "It is not fame or wealth, but peace of mind that makes life worth living." Here's the hard pill. The alpha mindset isn't confidence. It's insecurity dressed in expensive clothes. True strength doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to prove itself. It moves in silence, grounded, focused, unshaken by applause or criticism. And the day you stop chasing status and start building self-respect, you'll feel a peace most men will never know. Emotional strength versus emotional suppression. Men are often told, don't cry, don't feel, don't be weak. And so they suppress. They bottle everything up. They wear a mask of strength, but inside, they're crumbling. Here's the truth most men never hear. Emotional suppression is not strength. It's a ticking time bomb. Psychology shows that repressed emotions don't disappear. They leak out as anger, addictions, broken relationships, or even health issues. Real strength isn't the absence of emotion. It's mastery over it. Picture a Stoic philosopher like Epictetus. He didn't say don't feel. He said, control your response. That's power. Feeling the storm, but choosing how to navigate it. A man who can sit with his pain without running from it, that's resilience. A man who can admit he's hurting, but still moves forward with purpose, that's courage. So here's a challenge. The next time you feel something heavy, don't bury it. Acknowledge it. Name it. Then ask, what's within my control right now? That single question turns raw emotion into disciplined action. Because strength isn't pretending you're unbreakable. It's knowing you can bend without breaking. The dopamine trap. How modern life weakens men. Every swipe, every notification, every like. You think you're in control, but neuroscience says otherwise. Your brain runs on dopamine, the chemical that drives motivation and reward. In the past, men had to work for their victories. Hunting, building, creating, effort led to reward. Today, rewards are everywhere. Cheap, instant, addictive. Scroll a feed and you get a dopamine hit. Watch another video, hit. Junk food, porn, video games. It's a buffet of artificial pleasure. And what does that do? It rewires your brain for short-term gratification instead of long-term fulfillment. The result? Men are less focused, less disciplined, less hungry for real achievement. The Stoics warned us about this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But now, outside events, algorithms, ads, apps, own most men's minds. Here's the truth. If you don't master dopamine, dopamine will master you. So how do you escape? Delay gratification. Do hard things without expecting an instant payoff. Read a book instead of scrolling. Work out instead of binging. Train your brain to crave progress, not quick pleasure. Because in a world full of cheap dopamine, real strength is choosing discomfort over ease. That's where men are forged. Why women test men. The psychology of respect and stability. Ever wondered why women test men? Why they throw little challenges, ask questions, or push your buttons? It's not random. It's psychology. For centuries, women depended on men for protection and stability in a dangerous world. Evolution hardwired one question into their subconscious. Can I trust this man to stay strong under pressure? That's why tests happen. They're not about control, they're about security. Here's the kicker. When a woman challenges you, she's not trying to tear you down. She's trying to see if you'll break or hold. Will you stay calm, or will you snap? Will you crumble into neediness, or stand firm with quiet confidence? Men who fail these tests often mistake them for disrespect. In reality, they're a request for reassurance. Show me you're stable. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So how do you pass these tests? Don't fight them. Don't fear them. Respond, don't react. Smile. Stay grounded. Show, not through words but through presence, that your value doesn't depend on approval. Because true strength is calm under chaos. And in relationships, that calmness earns respect and keeps attraction alive. How to build an unbreakable mind. Stoic habits for daily life. Imagine waking up every morning with a mind that nothing can shake. Not anger, not criticism, not fear. Sounds impossible? The Stoics live that way. And you can too. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the world, started every day with a simple reflection. Today I will meet with interference, ingratitude, arrogance, but they cannot harm me. That's your first habit, morning mental armor. Before you face the world, remind yourself, I control my thoughts. I choose my response. Second, practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca recommended cold baths, walking in the rain, fasting. Why? Because when you choose small discomforts, big ones don't break you. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you build mental calluses. Third, journal every night. Not about what happened, but how you handled it. Did you control your temper? Did you stay calm when tested? This builds awareness, the foundation of strength. Finally, memento mori, remember you will die. Not to depress you, but to free you. When you realize time is short, trivial insults and petty opinions lose their power. Do these daily, and your mind becomes a fortress. Calm, strong, unbreakable, because true control begins within. Become the man you are meant to be. You've learned the truths most men ignore. You've seen why the world keeps you distracted, why the chase for status, validation, and comfort keeps you weak. And now, you know better. Awareness alone is power, but power unused is wasted. The question is, what will you do with it? You can choose the easy path, the path of instant dopamine, endless comparison, shallow victories. Or you can choose the hard road, the road of self-mastery, discipline, and purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop debating. Start becoming." Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, live as if your mind is your kingdom. Protect it. Strengthen it. Every time you're tested, remind yourself, I control my thoughts. I control my actions. Because when your mind is unshakable, no rejection, no failure, no storm can break you. That is the ultimate freedom. If this video gave you clarity, subscribe now, because this is just the beginning. Share it with someone who needs this. Let's build a generation of men who cannot be broken. Remember, the world doesn't need more men chasing approval. It needs men who lead themselves first. Be that man.